My half-sister and I share a mum. She is 9 years older than me, 17 years old female. Her dad died when she was 5, and our mum remarried my dad when she was 8 and got pregnant with me right away. Until I was 10 years old, I thought she was the best person ever, and I wanted us to have a relationship like my friends had with their siblings, but she has rejected me as not being her real sister from day one. She also rejects my dad as anything other than my mother's romantic partner, and she has called him that to his face and in front of other people. My dad always lets it slide, and my mum will tell her we are a family, to which my half-sister will say that she is family, but my dad and I are not. When I was 6, my brother was stillborn when Mum was about 6 months pregnant with him. She had Grandma come over to watch my half-sister and me while she was in the hospital, and we were told something happened to our brother. I was really upset because I had been so excited and wanted comfort from my half-sister. She told me to grow up and stay away from her. She also told me it was a shame the same thing didn't happen when Mum was expecting me. Grandma was horrified and told her she would regret saying that, but my half-sister told her she wouldn't regret saying that about someone she didn't love. The breaking point was that Christmas when I was 10 years old. She decided to stay with a different family member for Christmas, but did show up to our grandparents for Christmas Day celebrations. I was excited to see her and thought the fact she showed up meant she might like me now. But after I tried talking to her, she turned on me and said she didn't care about me or my life and did not want me to know anything about hers. She called me pathetic and asked why she would care about someone like me. She told me if she could turn back time, she would have begged Mum to have a baby unaliving with me because I was disgusting. That was the point where I think I hit the point where I was like, you know what, fine. Over the last 7 years I have seen her maybe 3 times. She avoids being where I will be, and she has made it clear to Mum that if Mum wants to see her, Dad and I are not welcome, and we are not invited into her life. Except now she is getting married, and she invited me and wanted me there because questions were asked. Mum was so happy when my half-sister told her she really wanted me there. Mum was so eager to tell me. My half-sister even showed up to invite me personally. But I told her I would not go. She explained she needed me and why, and I told her I will not make her look better by showing up. I said she wants me dead. I don't want her in my life. It's as simple as that. Mum cried that we are siblings, and I told her I lost my only sibling when my brother was stillborn, that he would have been my only sibling because my half-sister definitely wasn't a sibling to me. She made it clear many times over she did not want to be. My half-sister and Mum both feel I am really in the wrong. Am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the jerk. Have you ever had a deep conversation with your parents' family about your sister? Have you ever told them what you told us? And I'm pretty sure there are more things that OP just hasn't told us. Sit together and talk about it. I can understand why your parents act the way they do. They fear it will break the family, and they probably don't know any better. Comment 2. Not the jerk. Your sister's partner is soon going to realize what a witch they've made the mistake of marrying. I'm sorry, I don't care how old you are. If you continue to hold the belief that a child should have died and whatnot, you are rotten to the core, like this woman is. Also, your mum isn't jerk for letting this carry on for so long and not protect you from it. Now for the update. So it's been 3 months since I last talked about the whole wedding fiasco with my half-sister. A lot has happened since then, and let me tell you, it's been a wild ride. After I refused to go to her wedding, things got pretty tense at home. Mum was upset, and she kept trying to get me to change my mind. She said family should stick together no matter what, but I was firm on my decision. I mean, after everything my half-sister said and did to me, why would I want to celebrate her big day? Anyway, the wedding day came and went. I didn't go, of course. I spent the day with a couple of friends at the movies, trying to keep my mind off things. Mum went to the wedding, and when she came back, she was quiet. I could tell something was off, but she didn't want to talk about it. I figured it was just disappointment that I wasn't there. A few weeks passed, and life went on as usual. I was focusing on school and hanging out with my friends. Then, out of the blue, my half-sister showed up at our house. She wanted to talk. I was hesitant, but I agreed to hear her out. She apologized for everything she had said and done to me over the years. She said she had been going to therapy and realized how much she had hurt me. She even broke down crying, saying she regretted not having a relationship with me. I was shocked. This was the last thing I expected from her. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to forgive her, but another part of me was still angry and hurt. I told her I needed time to think about everything. Things were awkward after that. We didn't talk much, but she started showing up at family events again. It was clear she was trying to make an effort, but I kept my distance. I wasn't ready to let her back into my life just yet. Then, Last week, something happened that changed everything. My half-sister called me, sounding panicked. She said she needed to talk to me in person and it was urgent. We met at a coffee shop and she was a mess. She told me that her husband, the guy she had just married, had been arrested. I was like, "What? Why?" She took a deep breath and said he was arrested for fraud and embezzlement. He had been stealing money from his company for years, and she had no idea. She was devastated and didn't know what to do. She said she felt like her whole life was a lie. I didn't know how to react. I mean, I didn't like the guy, but I never thought he was a criminal. My half-sister was crying, and for the first time I actually felt sorry for her. I told her I would help her figure things out. We've been talking more since then. It's still weird, and I'm not sure where we stand as sisters, but I'm trying to be there for her. She's going through a lot, and even though she hurt me, I don't want to kick her when she's down. But here's the twist. Yesterday, I got a message from someone claiming to be my half-sister's real father. He said he had been looking for her for years, and that he had proof he was her dad. He said my half-sister's mum had lied about him being dead, and that he wanted to meet her. I haven't told my half-sister yet. I don't even know if this guy is telling the truth. But if he is, it means my mum has been lying to us for years. It means my half-sister might not be my half-sister after all. And it raises so many questions. Why would my mum lie? Who is this guy? And what does this mean for our family? I'm not sure what to do next, but one thing's for sure, this is just the beginning of a whole new chapter of drama. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Hey, it's totally valid to feel conflicted about your half-sister's sudden change of heart. It's tough when someone who's rejected you for so long suddenly wants to make amends. Trust your gut and take things at your own pace. Blood doesn't obligate you to forgive or forget. Comment 2. Navigating this new info about your half-sister's real father is tricky. Maybe consider a family therapy session to address these revelations and past hurts. It could provide a safe space to figure out how you all want to move forward. Remember, it's okay to seek professional help in these situations. Now for the next story. I am a full-time student, so I am currently living off student loans and the limited hours I can work outside of school. I have spent around $1,000 on my best friend's wedding so far. I spent $350 on the bridesmaid's dress, $350 on the flight home to attend the wedding as I'm away for school, and about $100 on the gift I sent for her bridal shower. The MOH is currently very pregnant and having a rough time. She asked me to plan the bachelorette party and I agreed. I planned it perfectly and kept it as a surprise. I messaged the other girls the plan, and when they all agreed, I went ahead and booked my idea. In addition to the earlier $1,000, I spent $400 on a limo for bar hopping, since the bride loves it, and booked a $700 Airbnb for us to crash afterwards. As of right now, the other bridesmaids did not chip in. This was out of pocket, but they said they would pay me back later. About a month later, 2 other girls and I were kicked from the bridal party group chat, along with a paragraph from the bride stating that we were no longer invited because we weren't honouring her wishes. When asked, she didn't answer what she meant or what we had done wrong. 2 days passed and she added us back to the chat, apologising and saying she was just stressed. We all talked about it and made up. Yesterday, the same thing happened, except this time, I'm the only one removed with a paragraph ranting at me, telling me I'm not respecting her or her wishes. She also expressed regret for inviting me to be a bridesmaid. When asked what happened or what I did wrong, again, radio silence. Today she messaged me, apologising for lashing out and saying she wants me there but not as a bridesmaid because it would make her uncomfortable. She also said I'm not allowed to wear the dress I had already bought since it's a bridesmaid's dress. I respectfully declined, stating that I couldn't afford another dress as I've already spent too much on this wedding and didn't want to make her uncomfortable on her big day. She then lashed out at me, telling me I should just take more from my student loans to buy a second dress. So with that, I went ahead and cancelled the Airbnb and the limo. I told the other bridesmaids what had happened, and they agreed it was fair. One of them must have told the bride about the secret bachelorette party because she messaged me, calling me a jerk and claiming that I've ruined her entire wedding since she doesn't have time to book a new bachelorette party, and neither she nor the other bridesmaids have the money or savings to book anything. I also managed to get a refund for my flight, so in reality, I'm only out about $450 for a wedding I'm no longer invited to. Am I the jerk for cancelling the party and getting the money back? Now for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. I have been texting the MOH for the past bit now and getting more information. I will post when I have all the information, as I only have 3,000 characters and 1 update post allowed. Sorry guys, trying to sum up everything. Obviously I've left out some facts, but I'll try and sum up in an update post. Comment 2. Geez. A significant percentage of Aita posts involve weddings, bridezillas, hijacking for engagement or birth announcements, infidelity, hookups, wedding of my dreams, monsters-in-law, budgets. Makes big weddings seem like a terrible idea. Now, for the update. 2 weeks have passed since I cancelled the bachelorette party and got my flight refunded. The situation has only gotten messier. The bride, let's call her Sarah, has been blowing up my phone with messages. She's been alternating between begging me to reconsider and accusing me of sabotaging her wedding. I've tried to keep my cool, but it's been tough. The other bridesmaids have been a mixed bag. 2 of them have been supportive, saying they understand why I did what I did. They've been trying to mediate between Sarah and me, but it's not going well. The rest have been distant, and I'm pretty sure they're taking Sarah's side. They've been posting about wedding prep on social media, and I can't help but feel left out. As for the money, it's been a nightmare. I've only gotten back $150 from the other bridesmaids for the limo and Airbnb. They keep saying they'll pay me the rest soon, but I'm starting to doubt it. I've been polite but firm in reminding them, though it's getting increasingly awkward. Sarah's maid of honor, who's been dealing with her own issues, reached out to me. She's overwhelmed and asked if I could still help with some of the planning from afar. I agreed, thinking it might smooth things over. But when Sarah found out, she accused me of trying to worm my way back into the wedding. I dropped the planning help immediately. The group chat has been silent, at least to me. I've heard from one of the supportive bridesmaids that Sarah has been ranting about me in there. It's like high school all over again, and I'm the one being talked about behind my back. I've been focusing on school to keep my mind off things, but it's hard. I see Sarah's wedding updates on social media and it stings. I've considered blocking her, but part of me still hopes we can fix our friendship. Last week, Sarah's sister reached out to me. She said Sarah is regretting her decision but is too proud to admit it. She asked if I would be willing to talk to Sarah and maybe come to a compromise. I agreed to a phone call which ended up being 2 hours of Sarah crying and apologizing, then getting angry, then apologizing again. It was exhausting. We didn't reach any conclusion by the end of the call. Sarah wants me at the wedding but not as a bridesmaid, and definitely not in the dress I bought. She suggested I could attend in a different role, but I'm not sure what that means. I told her I'd think about it, but honestly, I don't know if I want to be part of this wedding anymore. The latest development came yesterday. Sarah sent me a long email detailing how much my friendship means to her and how she wants to make things right. She offered to pay for a new dress for me and even suggested we go shopping together. It felt like a peace offering, but I'm hesitant. I haven't responded yet. I'm torn. Part of me misses my best friend and wants to be there for her big day. But another part of me is hurt and doesn't want to spend more money or time on a wedding that's caused so much stress. I've been talking to my family and other friends about it, and they're all giving me different advice. Some say I should go and try to mend the friendship. Others say I should cut my losses and move on. So here I am, still unsure of what to do next. The wedding is getting closer, and I feel like I need to make a decision soon. But every time I think I've made up my mind, something else happens that throws me off again. I wish I could say that this update has a happy ending or a clear resolution, but it doesn't. I'm still stuck in this weird limbo, trying to figure out what's best for me while dealing with the fallout of a friendship that's been put through the ringer. It's been a rough couple of weeks, and I'm just hoping that whatever happens next, I can look back and know I made the right choice. Now for the comments. Comment 1. Hey, I'm really sorry you're going through this mess. Just curious, have you tried sitting down with Sarah in person to hash things out? Sometimes face-to-face can clear the air better than texts. Also, remember to take care of yourself first, especially as a student with limited funds. Don't let wedding drama derail your studies or financial stability. Comment 2. It sounds like you've been more than accommodating. If you're out of pocket for the wedding expenses, consider sending a breakdown of costs to the bridesmaids and Sarah, requesting reimbursement. Keep it factual and polite. If they don't pay up, small claims court could be an option, but weigh if it's worth the hassle. Good luck. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.